Now, before we get into today's video, I want to address a comment that we got in the last YouTube video, and it was from Ghost Frequency. He said, I miss the old you. Like, you've grown up now and it's not the same. And I completely agree. I was watching our old YouTube videos the other day. I was like, what happened to us?
Now we just make boring ass videos.
We just talk about information and shit. I'd rather go back to... I just want to make sure our videos don't get boring. Like, people still get to see like a part of our lives. There's one thing we need to fix. Hey, now we know. Good. Alright, now into the video. What we're going to talk about in this video is what the new publishing landscape looks like now that we're in the year 2020. A lot has changed over the last few years in the publishing world. And then how do you adapt? One of the biggest problems people have, of course within publishing, but just in entrepreneurship in general, is they refuse to adapt because a lot of times older ways are easier, simpler, but over time you know them, you're good at them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's familiar.
Yeah, and as more people get into entrepreneurship, because like people want to get into this stuff,
of course,
there's going to be more competition. You're going to need to adapt, do things better to be able to get the same results that worked years ago. And that's what this video is about, because things that worked back in like 2014, 15, 16, 17 with publishing certainly do not work right now. It was basically shotgunning for high demand keywords, ranking your book high, and then like making money quickly with a bunch of different books in a bunch of different niches. Because yeah, that's how it worked. There was a fraction of the amount of books there are now on Amazon where you literally could just put a book out, just have a good title, you do good keyword research, all that nonsense, and then have a book be super successful like from day one. But that is not really possible anymore.
In 2 words, the publishing landscape a few years ago, up to a bit over a year ago, was high quality. No, sorry, the exact opposite. Was quantity and keywords.
Quantity over quality and keywords.
And they're just focusing on keywords.
Yes.
Now, if you were to try and do that today, you're just going to get smoked by everyone else because there's so much competition.
What I will say is that there are certainly some niches where you still can do this in. But it's the niches that you've like literally never heard about before. Because if you've ever heard anyone talk about it, that means people just flood into it, and that you can't publish the old way and make any money like that.
So it's the shotgunning method, really, as opposed to actually building a brand and caring about your readers, or let's just call them customers, because they're not just readers.
Yeah, they are customers. So, but do not misunderstand what we're saying. There is as much money to make in publishing as there ever has been. Like, I know that for a fact because, one, we have over 500 publishing students, and last month, February 2020 was January. I don't really know how it was with February, but January 2020 was the most money and results and success our publishing group and all our students have ever had in the 1.5 years we've been running AIA. Look, the most success ever. There were multiple people. Let's see, how many people in the Facebook group? Now, some people were having success and had started before they joined AIA, but let's see, how many people, over 30K in our Facebook group? I can think of 1, 2, 3, 4. I can think of 4 off the top of my head. But then there's people who don't talk about it, who are just getting rich as fuck in the background.
The way the publishing landscape looks now is that you need to focus on high quality books.
For sure. That's just basics.
Yeah. And then building a brand.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when it comes to actually viewing your readers as more than just a number in an algorithm, you have to view them, of course, as real people, because that's exactly what they are.
Another way to think of it is that previously what worked in publishing is publishing like this, is going super shallow in a bunch of different places. But now the way you need to do it is take one and go deep with it, and it's not because like that's the only way that works, that to actually get results. It's the way that you can make way more money than you ever could have even previously doing it this way.
Yeah, so with that said, let's talk about the publishing landscape in now the year 2020, and how do you actually have to publish now in order to have the most success. So instead of focusing on quantity and keywords, you have to focus on your customer, giving them a really good book, and then building a brand deep in one niche. The issue that a lot of people have, and it's completely fair to be this way, is basically it's like the chicken or the egg thing. Is like, how do I build a brand when I don't have any customers And how do I get any customers when I don't have a brand? How do I get reviews for my books when I don't have any people to review it? How do I get people to review it when I don't have a book that anyone's ever bought before?
Yeah, it's the true chicken or the egg.
It's a really tough, place to be in the beginning. And
That's why publishing is a game of getting the ball rolling.
Yeah, but I think that's the reason why people don't want to put in the time and effort that it takes to actually build a brand.
Because it requires getting the ball rolling in the beginning.
Now, I've been talking to a lot of people within the publishing community, some of the ones having the most success. And, the strategy that I want to share with people in this video, I won't go too deep into it, but I'll share a bit about it. And then in later videos, we'll talk much more about it.
A lot more.
But, right, you want to have your readers, once again, I don't want to call them readers, I want to call them customers, in one place where you can reach them and you can use them to gather reviews and use them to sell other books and products to. Now, the method that a lot of people have been doing for a long time, and we've been teaching as well, is with an email list. But again, it is actually very hard to build an email list when you don't have a book that's gathering sales.
Yeah.
Another way that you can reach out to your customers over and over again, it's essentially the same as an email list. It just comes in another format, and that's through a Facebook group.
Game changing.
So if you want to adapt to the new publishing landscape in 2020, you have to build a Facebook group. Now, you want to build a Facebook group for essentially the exact same reasons that you want to build an email list, but I actually believe that a Facebook group is even stronger at that. For one, I think people are easier to reach and they're more responsive. And people build a community on their own. In an email list, they don't interact with anyone else.
People are on Facebook 24/7 and always checking groups, and it's way more personal. It's proven to be way more effective than an email list. Like now with an email list, it used to be personal communication, but it's really not anymore because everyone just gets spammed with emails.
Yeah.
But Facebook is still a personal platform, and that's the connection that you're looking for.
Now, I think there are a lot of advantages that a Facebook group has over an email list, but the biggest one by far, in my opinion, is that it's actually very easy to get started when you don't have anything.
You can actually grow it.
The chicken or the egg situation doesn't happen with a Facebook group. And so I just want to talk a bit about 3 really easy strategies to grow a Facebook group in the beginning when you don't have a single book, you don't have anyone that's ever bought your book. And so I just want to jump into the computer a little bit, talk about these 3 strategies, and we're just going to touch on them, and then later on in other videos we can go more in depth about each one.
Yes, this is just like scratching the surface and kind of making people aware of how effective Facebook groups are for your publishing business right now.
Now, there's 3 methods that I want to talk a bit about for growing your Facebook group when you have nothing to start with. You don't have a single book, a single reader. You literally have nothing. So the first one, I'm not going to talk too in-depth about each one of these. That'll come at a later time. But the first one is simply to run page-like ads to your Facebook page. And then from there, you can invite anyone that's liked your page to join your Facebook group.
And this is an incredibly cheap way of getting people into your Facebook group for 10 cents per person?
Yeah, at least, or tops.
So this is using paid advertising. This is the paid advertising method. Now, can I do it for free? What? No, it's paid advertising, so no, it's not going to be free. But these other 2 methods are free, but this is highly effective. So don't overlook any of these.
Now you may be thinking, what is the difference between a Facebook page and a Facebook group, and why can't I just run ads straight to my Facebook group? So a Facebook page would be a page that you create for either your author pen name or your book brand, and it's just a page where you can post content and people can like it and follow you. Now a Facebook group is something that your readers can join and then communicate and interact with each other. Unfortunately, you can't run ads directly to a Facebook group, but you can run Facebook ads to grow your Facebook page. And then anyone that has liked your Facebook page, you can then invite to join your Facebook group.
Now, for us, we would be able to invite over 85,000 people to any of our Facebook groups.
Yeah.
And people will accept them at, a 20% rate. And we have 85,000 likes on our Facebook page because we just ran ridiculously cheap Facebook ads to our Facebook page for 2 cents per like. 2 cents per like,
yeah,
and you could build
1
cent per like, and you could build massive amounts of social proof on Facebook. It's like a hidden secret of building social proof on Facebook.
Yes. Now Facebook puts a cap on how many people you can invite into your Facebook group every day, and they cap it at 50. But you can literally invite 50 people to join your Facebook group every single day, And these are people, if you're running the Facebook ad effectively for people to like your page, it's people that are interested in exactly what your publishing brand is about. And you can target women, men, age, where they live. If you target exactly your ideal audience, these are the exact kind of people that you want to join your Facebook group, and they're ones that are very likely to join your Facebook group once they like your Facebook page.
Dude, it's cheat codes the way you can target people. The level of specificity that you can target people at, people wouldn't even believe. It's because of the data that Facebook has.
Yeah. So the second way that you can build your Facebook group when you have nothing from the beginning is to promote your Facebook group in other Facebook groups that have already been built in your niche. So really briefly, all you would do is go into other Facebook groups that are related to the Facebook group that you're building, and then first of all, be aware of the rules and self-promotion that you're allowed to do in that Facebook group.
Most Facebook groups probably will not allow it, to be honest with you. But those that do it. Those that do, you should do it in, and this can be massively effective. We have one friend who did this in 3 different groups, just made a Facebook post, and over 1,000 members into his group like that, just by doing this.
That's 1,000 people that you can use to gather reviews, sell your initial books, your other books, and any other products related to your niche.
You never have to worry about reviews for the launch of your first book if you have 1,000 people in a Facebook group like that.
And
solves the problem.
And it was just from making 3 other posts in other Facebook groups. Now, the final method that you can use to grow your Facebook group when you have nothing to begin with is honestly just through organic growth on Facebook. Now, if you pick, and using SEO, now if you pick a good title for your Facebook group and people are searching for it in Facebook, it will organically on its own just rank and people will join automatically.
It's almost
organically.
It's almost like ranking for an Amazon keyword.
It's the exact same concept as SEO.
But it's ranking for a Facebook keyword.
Yeah. So my point in saying this is just be very aware of what the title of your group is and make it something that people are searching for so that when they do search it, your group will come up. And this will happen on its own, and it's completely free, and it's extremely effective.
Yeah, so it's not just about making it the coolest name possible. It's about what people are searching and getting keywords in there. Don't keyword stuff though.
Yeah.
Don't keyword stuff.
If you want to adapt to the new publishing landscape in 2020, for one, you need to, be in contact with your readers or your customers. And the best way of doing that is through a Facebook group. And how are you going to build your Facebook group when you have nothing? For one, run page-like ads to your Facebook page and then invite them to join your Facebook group. Number 2 is to promote your Facebook group in other Facebook groups. And number 3 is just through organic growth from SEO when you choose a great title for your Facebook group. Now, Christian and I are going to be working with this strategy a lot over the next coming months, and we're going to create really, really good training about it. But before we do, I still want to see people take action and implement this immediately, because first of all, this is so easy.
People always talk about they feel like they're too late to a trend. Like, I'm always late to a trend. The reason, and like, oh, why can't I just be early to a trend? The reason why most people are never early to a trend is because they don't take action on that trend until everyone is doing it and talking about it.
And there's step-by-step complete training about how to do it.
Yeah.
Well, now there is for everyone, and the barrier of entry into that, whatever the hell it is now extremely low and everyone's already doing it.
So how about you take some initiative and get in on the early trend? Like, yeah, it's just, that's how you do it.
So that's all for this video. Our thoughts on what the new publishing landscape looks like in 2020 and how to adapt.
Yes. Comment down below your thoughts on this video, ideas for future videos we should film. I'll be honest, it's probably just going to be like keyword research, how to do keyword research in 2020. We're not going to make a video about that. Fuck it, we might, it gets views, who knows. But what would you like to hear or see content on us about? Magic emoji.
Yes.
Magic emoji. Magic emoji. Is there a backpack emoji?
There's a cow right there.
Cow emoji. Magic emoji is, if you watch this video to the end, spam the cow emoji down in the comment section and we will respond. Because this is the villa that we lived in Bali, I don't even know if it's looking at me, for 7 months, and it's now been 8-9 months since then. We're back, the owners let us come back, they really like having us here, and they completely renovated the place. That's all for this video. See you guys in the next one.